What if I told you that the big decisions you made today, what to buy, who to vote for, maybe even what you're angry about, weren't entirely your own? The media doesn't just report the world, it helps build the world you see. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down the 5 invisible methods they use to do it. And trust me, the 5th one will make you question your own thoughts. First up, the most direct method: ownership. It's no secret that a handful of corporations and billionaires own most of what you see, read, and hear. In the UK, for example, just 3 companies now control a staggering 90% of the national newspaper market in print. Globally, it's the same story with giants like Comcast, Disney, and Warner Bros. Discovery. This isn't about giving you choice, it's about giving you the illusion of choice. When a few people with similar worldviews own hundreds of different channels and websites, you're not getting a debate, you're getting the same script, just with different actors. They decide which stories get top billing and which ones fade into the background. Stories that might challenge their bottom line get buried, while the narratives that serve them get blasted on all fronts. The second method is a bit sneakier: government influence. This isn't always the heavy hand of censorship. More often, it's censorship by noise. Instead of banning a story they don't like, a government or state-backed group can just flood the internet with so much conflicting information and propaganda that the real story gets drowned out. It's a strategy designed to confuse you until you just give up trying to find the truth. At the same time, governments are weaving themselves into the fabric of social media. While this can be useful for public announcements, it also blurs the line between public service and political spin, creating a space where your feed can quietly become a megaphone for state-approved messages. By the way, if you're finding this useful and it's starting to connect some dots for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really does help push back against the algorithms and gets this information to more people who need to hear it. And that brings us to our third point, the one that's running your life right now: algorithmic filtering. Every time you like, share, or even just pause on a video, you're training an eye. But here's the twist: platforms like TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube aren't trying to show you what's true or important. They're designed to show you what will keep you watching. And it turns out, nothing keeps us glued to the screen quite like anger and validation. This process builds a personalized propaganda feed for every single user. It creates a gravitational pull toward an echo chamber, where your own beliefs are served back to you, and different points of view are less likely to break through. The goal isn't to inform you, it's to keep you hooked by confirming what you already think, making you more predictable and easier to influence over time. The fourth method is the logical result of the third: emotional manipulation. Since algorithms reward engagement, and outrage is the king of engagement, our media has become a factory for emotional responses. Headlines are A/B tested to find the exact wording that will trigger maximum fear or anger, because that's what gets the clicks and shares. It's a simple trick of human psychology: when you're fired up, it's harder to think clearly. You're not analyzing, you're reacting. Media outlets and political groups know this and use it. They create a constant sense of crisis and conflict, because a population that's always emotional is easier to sway. It's not just about reporting on division, it's about monetizing it. Finally, we have the fifth and most chilling method: exploiting your data for direct, personal manipulation. This is way beyond just showing you ads for shoes you looked at. Think of Cambridge Analytica, where the personal data of up to 87 million Facebook users was gathered without them knowing. That data was used to build psychological profiles to target people with incredibly specific, emotionally charged ads to influence elections. While the Cambridge Analytica scandal brought this to light, the practice, often called micro-targeting, continues. Today, campaigns can use your data to show one version of a candidate to you, and a completely different version to your neighbor, all in secret. And while transparency tools like Facebook's ad library have made these ads less dark than they used to be, they are still a powerful tool for a puppeteer pulling strings you can barely see. So that's the playbook: concentrated ownership that sets the agenda, government influence that drowns out the truth, algorithms that build a prison for your thoughts, emotional manipulation to shut down critical thinking, and data exploitation to turn your own life into a tool against you. This isn't some grand conspiracy theory. It's the documented business and political model of our digital world. The answer isn't to unplug completely. It's to wake up. Start questioning everything. Actively seek out independent sources. And learn to recognize when your own emotions are being played like an instrument. The first step to taking back your own mind is understanding exactly how it's being targeted. The real question is, what will you choose to believe tomorrow?